Okay, we got some more Lord of the Mysteries content. I don't know how often this is gonna happen, but like apparently there's these shorts. This is called Old Neil, Freaky Unk Neil's Mysticism class. Shoutouts to Merlin Sparrow. Let's check it out. Coggers, the gears again. All right.
好学的非凡者，你们和克莱恩一样是个有前
I
途
wanna
的
be a
年轻
Beyonder,
人。
yes.
今天我们来讲一下北大陆的地理分
Oh,
布
the maps.
诡秘世界的多种语言
World
体系。
building.
我们所处的大陆区主要分为东西南北四
Got
块
it.
大陆
That。makes sense.
其中北
Yo, the Lord of the Mysteries world is round, right? Because like, what if they do some mind-blowing shit like in ReZero, where it's like the world is flat? But okay, the world, 4 separate continents, and it's just north, you know, east, south, west. You all familiar with that?
块大陆，其中北大陆有4个大
That's where
国
we're at.
和若干小国。
We're in Lowen, right?
4个大
Tingen.
国分别是因蒂斯共和国、
Intis.
福萨克帝国、
Faceak.
鲁恩王国
Lowen, that's
以
where
及
we're at.
费内波特王国。
Okay, I don't know where Audrey Hall and Alger are located, but I think they are all northern continent still, right? So we're east. We're in the northern continent, but we're to the east. Kingdom of Lowen and Tingen.
中南地带的小国主要是塞加尔、
Okay.
伦堡和马西，是自由城市里最大的3个。
Cool.
其中鲁恩王国是职业者组织的主要。
Sorry, what's the characteristics of this?
和马西是自由城市里最大的3个，其中鲁恩王国
Kingdom of Lowen
是
is?
职业者组织
Okay,
的
just
主要
east.
活动
Yeah, yeah, we
地
know
点
that.
位于北大陆的东边，首都
Nighthawks
贝克兰德，它背靠霍纳奇斯山脉。
There it is! Parnassus. Phlegrea. Parnassus, Phlegrea. That is so important. Mountain range. I don't know, but like, that's just important because every time Klein power is happening, there's whispers. Hornaces, Phlegrea, Hornaces, mountains. They telling us to go to the mountains? Should we go on a trip to the mountains?
东临苏尼亚海，南
Sonia
抵
Sea
迪西海湾。
I wonder if Alger is in Sonia Sea because he seems to be just always out at sea, right? He's like some sort of like, I don't know if it's a pirate, but he's a seaman. Seaman.
毗邻狂暴海，
Berserk
主要
Sea
信仰为风暴之主、
Lord
黑
of the
夜
Storms
女神
That's
和
us
蒸汽与机械之神。
Okay. These are important stuff, right? Because we are part of the Church of the Evernight Goddess. And you can clearly see that the Evernight Goddess, their themes are red, moon, night stuff. Alger, probably Church of Lord of Storms. I think it would just make sense that he would be that. I don't know if Audrey is steam and machinery. Who knows what's going on with her, but she's like a rich girl. Of all 3 of them, the Lord of Storms seems really cool, right? Something about just the storm, lightning. But then again, the red moon. The red moon is really hyped too. The steam and machinery, I feel like Melissa would like that because she's like good with, I don't know, mechanics and just fixing watches and stuff like that, right? But okay, these are the 3 in Lowen that most people just kind of worship.
与机械之神，便是苏勒、金棒，是鲁恩
Money
王国最基础。
Penny, Soli, and Pound. Different. Is this the same person every time? Is it him? I don't know if it's supposed to be Emperor Roselle, but I feel like, you know, these 2 people on the coins in the money print are like the same person but aged older.
的流通货币，铜便士位于最底层，
OK
苏勒位于第2层，
Soli
属于纸币，
and then
金棒
Pound.
则位于货币顶
Makes
端
sense.，
同样属于纸币，但以黄金作为保障，并直接挂钩。克莱恩一家就居住在位于鲁恩王国北边的廷根市，这里号称大学之城。
City of Universities.
除此之外，还有位于北大陆西部的国家因蒂斯共和国
OK
首都特里尔。他们信奉永恒烈阳教会、蒸汽与机械之神教会，
Steam and
掌
machinery
握
again.
歌颂者、通识者和猎人途径。北
Hype. Whoa. We got a different church coming in now. Right? We got the eternal blazing sun. Honestly, sounds kind of painful, not gonna lie. But there's a bard, savant, hunter. Cool classes. I think we've heard of hunter in the past, right? No, Annie News covered the hunter pathway. It was just an example he used. Bard, savant, hunter. Savant sounds really cool. Does it not? Savant, isn't that synonymous with like genius, prodigy? You're just good. You are talented. You are just different. So like, if you picked a class called savant, then don't you just, and then you gas yourself up as like, I'm a genius, I'm a prodigy, I'm a savant. Couldn't you just be really, really fucking good at like everything? That class sounds broken, bro.
与机械之神教会，掌握歌颂者、通识者和猎人途径。北部的国家是福萨克顶，只信奉战神教会，掌握猎人。
Okay, north of the north, bro, and Fasak, and it's an empire over there too. Yeah, I've noticed that even in ReZero, right, with the Wallachia Empire, they're always like military might. Just fight, 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 nothing else matters. God of combat. That's the, I guess, you know, their religion, their belief.
信奉战神教会，掌握猎人和战士两大途径。南边的国家。
Interesting that Marauder isn't part of the God of Combat stuff, because Marauder, I think, is what the Emperor also mentioned, right? Like Apprentice, Seer, and Marauder are like the regrets that the Emperor had before.
南边的国家嘛是费内波特王国，信奉大地母神教会，掌握仲裁人、耕种者和药师途径。
But honestly, it would be really useful, right? Some sort of utility, like being able to make cure-all potions, elixirs. Honestly, there's probably really, really high value. This is the Mamao path. This is an apothecary Dyer's path. Arbiter, Planter, Apothecary. Of all three, probably would go Apothecary.
在我们所处的世界里，主要有鲁恩语、古赫密斯语、赫密斯语等几种。
Wait a minute, there's two Hermes? Ancient Hermes and regular Hermes? Okay.
种主要语言，不同的语言不仅用于日常交流，还具有特定的功能和象征意义。
Traditions and customs, okay.
鲁文王国最广泛使用的语言。我所在的奎米人途径用鲁文语书写是这样。
Cool.
古赫密斯语由赫密斯创造，
Makes sense.
来源于自然。
Wonder who this Hermes guy was. I guess they're really important though if they came up with like these letter and number systems.
缺乏必要的隐蔽和保护，容易让使用者陷入危险，但也更
What? Danger?
由赫密斯创造，来源于自然，缺乏必要的隐蔽和保护。
What do you mean concealment and protections? What the fuck does that mean? Why would you need concealment and protections for using a language? Is it like an illegal language that you're not allowed to like use?
容易让使用者陷入危险，但也更有效。而赫密斯语就是由于古赫密斯语过于。
Why would a language be dangerous? What the hell? I don't know. We'll have to see later on.
危险的特点而被改进的，特别要注。
Dangerous for who? Me? The people hearing the language? I don't know.
注意的是，赫密斯语和古赫密斯语都是重要的魔法语言，能够调动自然力量，具有祭祀、祈祷和施法的功能。
So like using ancient Hermes. It sounds like it's a very volatile, like a high risk, high gain kind of like language, huh? Like when Dunn and Leonard were using their crazy powers and stuff, they were speaking in one of the Hermes languages, and maybe both can accomplish the same thing. I don't know, but ancient Hermes is dangerous. It's dangerous to use it. It's powerful.
祈祷和施法的功能，但错误的使用可能会唤醒某些不该存在的东西。
Huh? Excuse me? What?
使用可能会唤醒。
Just by speaking a language and using spells, I'm gonna awaken evil gods? What the fuck? Why?
某些不该存在的东西。
Why are they listening?
小心被邪神盯上哦。罗塞尔大帝说过，
That's scary.
知识就是力量。 年轻人，
Yeah.
这些就是诡秘世界最基础的语言知识了。这段时间好好消化，愿女神庇佑
May the
你。
goddess bless you. May the goddess bless you. What the fuck was that, bro? I think one of the most interesting things to learn about this is obviously the different regions and how there are different churches, right? For each region. And it's kind of crazy how we're already like the continents are separated into 4 separate quadrants, but even within each quadrant, they're also then separated into north, you know, east, south, west. We are in Lowen, we're in northern continent, but we're east to it, you know, and there's like 3 main churches that, you know, are worshipped there, and there's obviously different pathways, you know, responsible for these things too. But then there's also like the other place with Eternal Blazing Sun that was mentioned again. And then I think the north of the north is really interesting, right? The god of combat, like the empire, the Faceak Empire, god of combat, warriors and hunters sounds really hype. And then the other earth place, it sounds like these are just kind of like potion making healers and research and alchemy and stuff like that. And then the languages, like what the fuck? Like evil creatures, entities will be listening whenever you use Ancient Hermes, and you got to be like careful. What? But why are they listening? Why is it connected? I don't know, man, but very interesting lore. Shout outs to Merlin Sparrow again for this video. Thank you for the subs. Here's the link to the video. And may Goddess be with you. Bye bye.